You know, I get a ton of emails from viewers asking about different problems and projects around the house. I answer the best ones right here in the show. Dara reached out asking how you can tell when an electrical panel needs to be replaced. Here's your answer.
Now it's time for the Neighborhood Connection.
You know, that is a great question about electrical panels. And let's talk about the basics here. This is one of the biggest offenders that need to be changed out all over the country. This is what they call a split main panel. And you saw them in the 50s and 60s and 70s because they were made and used a lot during that era of construction. Let me talk about why they call it a split main. So if you notice, there's no main shut off up here to begin with, so I can't turn the whole house off. There's just sub-panel breakers down below it. But why it's split is because there's a breaker up here that runs the rest of the 110 outlets down below. So that breaker runs these. And what happened over the years is, well, these end up overheating and causing fires. So if you have a split main panel, you definitely want to have an electrician come out and take a look at it. This one here is definitely a problem, so it's going to get switched out. And the great thing is when we switch this out, we could add a lot more breakers to it. So with all the new stuff that we're adding to our homes, all the new electricity, we can actually put that in here. If I want to add a car charger, it's an easy thing. You could never add it to this panel. So really take your time, understand what this is, and get the professional out to take a look at it, because you know something? That could be a fire. I had one in my house and I switched it out and I'm happy I did. All right guys, here's the brand new panel, and this is the latest technology. This is actually the breaker that'll shut off power to the entire house. So that way if I have to be shut off, we're good to go. Second of all, this is packed full of technology with all the new breakers that go in here. It's a new level of electrical safety for your house, so it's super important. And this gives us the ability, if we want to add a hot tub, a car charger, whatever we want, this will let us do that and safely. Now this is not going to be a DIY project you can tackle. You want to call your licensed electrician, have them come out and give you a few estimates. That way you know what you're in for and you know what you're going to spend. This is an important safety thing for that older house, and it'll save you a headache down the road. We had a great question that came in via email about pet-friendly floors and what's the best inside your home. Now here's the thing with pets. If you have dogs or cats or whatever, the problem is well, accidents happen, and then you've got to worry about scratches from nails and things like that. So let's talk about the 3 different types of flooring that people traditionally use outside of tile and pick the right one for your house. So if you think of hardwood floors, your traditional hardware floor, this is what this is right here. This is 3/4 inch oak. We have all the material right here. And the problem is these pieces are glued together and we have a finish over the top. But the problem is like this board here is made out of 3 different pieces. Each one of these expand and contract, and we get little micro fractures right down the finish on the top. So any kind of an accident will tend to get around each one of these things as this moves around. So this isn't always the best pet-friendly floor. So another choice that people go is they go with more of an engineered wood. And an engineered wood is like what this is right here. This looks beautiful like a finished hardwood floor on top, but the sides are a plywood, and of course we've got a plywood back. And being where the finish is on the top, we have all these different grooves where we have the tongue on this side and the groove on this side that's unfinished. And so what happens is when these things fasten together, we go right here, we've got this cool little micro seam right here. This micro seam is not sealed, so any accidents, water from a dog bowl, whatever will get down in here. None of these floors that are made of wood are unfortunately going to be pet friendly. So you will get some kind of water damage with them. It just depends how bad and how much damage you have. So to be honest, I'd stay away from wood floors for that. One of the better options are some of the luxury vinyl planks. Now, this has got the beauty of wood on the front side, but if you look to the back, it's got rubber and composite. So there's nothing that water's going to hurt with this. So this will take a lot of abuse. So if you notice how they snap together, these things go together right here, and you get them snapped together, and you get a really nice seam. But the nice thing is that seam has nothing to expand and contract, or no place for that to really soak in and cause any discoloration in the wood, which means this is going to be super durable. So unless you're going to go with tile, this type of composite is going to be your best way to go, and quite frankly, the most pet-friendly thing you could put in your home. I hope that answers your question.